timeout with Premier Sports Officials Association. Sean Johnston here from Omaha, Nebraska, bringing you training tape rules topic over post play. These next three training tapes, we're going to be talking about post play, perimeter play, and plays of interest. We are going to take one game to talk about the three separate topics with the example of bringing consistency within a game. And today's focus will be post play. Post play management, offensive initiated contact plays, rebounding plays, verticality plays in the post, block charge consistency, primary, secondary defender responsibilities in the post, defenders walling up, screening in the post, and how as a crew we could work together to prevent rough play in the post. Thank you for the officials working the game we are going to use. By no stretch of the imagination are any of the plays shown to embarrass a school, a player, or an official. These training tapes are made and created to produce some conversation and build consistency through terminology. Now let's take a look at the post plays in the game. So our first play we're going to take a look at is number 4 and 14. Now we're going to replay it and talk about it in slow motion. Number 4 and 14 both have a right to the basketball court. We have a legal post-up, we have legal defender, and we have number 4 moving forward to catch the ball. Number 4 then initiates the contact on number 14. The true judgment here is going to be what caused the left arm to lower. Offensive initiated contact against a legal defender. If the judgment is number 14 on his own volition lowered his left arm to affect normal basketball movement, we have an illegal use of hands on the defense. If the judgment is offensive initiated contact causing the arm or arms to come down, it is the offense that caused that contact. The judgment here is we have number 14 on his own volition losing verticality, illegal use of hands, impeding normal basketball movement of dribbling. It's important to tell this story to the crew using a preliminary so that your crewmates know what you have, so we could be consistent on that type of action throughout a game. And then while reporting, tell that story. Loss of verticality, impeding the dribble. So now the coach knows what to teach the player to do differently the next time they're in that situation. Next play, we're going to have a post. Offensive initiated contact going towards the basket, and then a blocked shot. So let's go back and take a look at it again. From the beginning, middle, to the end. So we have legal defender. We have the offense going through the legal defender. Incidental, no players at a disadvantage. We have number 4, offense, initiating the contact in the torso. Once again, the arm is lowered, but it was because of the offensive initiated contact. Legal play still. Now we have hand on ball. Ball comes loose, so we do not have a held ball. We have a legal block shot. Officials, many times we see this. After a legal block shot, we want to give a tip signal. The crew did a great job here not giving the tip signal because that is not a National Federation signal to give on a legal block shot. So correct no call. This is a legal block shot, and legal offensive initiated contact. After the contact, the opponent is not at a disadvantageous position. Now we're going to talk about rebounding in the post. So if a shot goes up, at this point, the trail official is looking at the shooter. He will remain at the shooter. The other two officials are going to now be watching the rebounders. As we play this out, we have 13 legally boxing out 4. We have legal box out here, 15 legal box out here. Everybody is doing their job. At this point, we're going to have a lot of players go up towards the ball. This is what we call a bona fide effort to get the rebound. Not a single player is pushing, going through, displacing. Everybody's going towards the ball. So correct no call for no fouls here on all of that contact. So coaches will say a lot. There's a lot of contact there, ref. Yes, all that contact was incidental contact. Everybody was doing everything legal, moving towards the basketball, not through an opponent. So good job on this post play. A lot of incidental contact. To finish it up here, we now have a loss of verticality. We do not have contact yet. As we have this play go through, that's what we would have to judge. After the loss of verticality, do we have contact that impedes a normal basketball move? A shot, it is a normal basketball move. Loss of verticality affecting a shot, a foul would be supported on that play. These next two plays are going to talk about crew consistency, block, charge in the post. Player goes down. Call on the court is a charge. Now what we need to consider as a calling official and sharing the story with the crew and or coaches. Number one, did the defender have legal guarding position? 2 feet on the floor facing the opponent. Yes. Did the offense stop and or change direction? That's what we have to judge as a crew. Next, did the offensive player go through the opponent's torso? That's the judgment we have to have as a crew. Third, did the defender take himself to the ground or did the offensive player take themselves to the ground? So on this play, we have a charge. Now let's take a look at the next play when it comes to crew consistency in the same game. We're going to have a drive to the basket. Same type of play, same type of result. All right, so what to learn from this? Not only are we getting the information, we have a legal guarding defender 2 feet on the ground facing the opponent with the ball. We have offensive initiated contact in the torso that takes the player down to the ground. And now as a crew, we have a consistent message of charge on both plays. So this is the art of officiating, and this is what coaches are asking for when it comes to consistency. So yes, in this game, in this situation, 2 calls, 2 partners, both charges. In a different game with different crews, we might have 2 blocks. But the most important part here is in the same game, 2 officials, similar play, both the same call, charge. Good crew consistency. Here's a post play, and we're going to be talking about walling up and then loss of verticality all in the same sequence because we have 2 separate actions here we need to officiate. The first one is the defense is walling up because they have a right to embrace the contact to maintain their position on the court. So this is a legal wall up. And then after that, we have the right arm coming forward. We know, yes, the defense can brace contact, but then they cannot on their own volition go for their hands and arms prior to the contact. So this would be legally supported as loss of verticality, illegal use of hands, right arm coming forward, impeding a normal basketball movement of a shot. This next sequence, we're going to take a look at the start of rough post play right there. So now going back, if you're managing a game, the first quarter, there wasn't a lot of animosity, not a lot of frustration. This is the first time in the game that we have what we would call potential rough play in the post. As number 13 is being contacted and or held or restricted, this is a good time to use preventive officiating, have your whistle out of your mouth, and talk to both players easy. Show hands. Don't grab each other. Don't wrap up. And when we do this, we want to do it loud enough so everybody on the crew is hearing the preventive officiating. But if we ignore it, if we don't even talk to the players, it's just going to escalate. So now we have the offensive player going through the defender with hands and arms. And then we're going to have another push by number 13 on the defender. So we passed on the first one and we didn't address it through preventive officiating. It's just going to escalate. So make sure when we have the first example of rough play in the post, we address it. Sometimes it's preventive officiating. Other times, get the first foul and clean it up right away as soon as you can. With it not being addressed, this is where a game can get out of control when we don't address it. So we're going to watch this post screen. Boom. Outside his body frame and moving and elbow. And then we're going to have a push by number 4, the defender, with the hands. Now that is impeding the normal basketball move of catching a pass. So now we have the no calls in the rough post play. We have 2 no calls on a screen and on receiving of a pass. Let's see what continues to escalate here in this post play situation. Next possession down the court. We're going to watch number 13 in the post here. All right. Now we have escalation. Now we get the first foul. Do not let rough post play go. It's not always going to be a foul. We can use preventive officiating. But if we do not address it, either through strong, firm, clear voice or getting the first foul, it will lead to escalation. What we allow is what is going to happen in a game. If we let it go too long and we only get 1 of 5 fouls, now we're not consistent. When in doubt on rough post play, get the first foul, get it out of the game, keep it out of the game. Thank you once again for taking time out this week to come back to the training tapes with the rules topic, post play. The main things to discuss, especially when you know you're going to have a post matchup. As a crew, get on the same page of what you're going to allow when it comes to displacement, offensive initiated versus defensive initiated contact, and make sure we are communicating when you have a post foul, what they did, why it was a foul, because when you have 2 post players going at it, you will have contact. You want to make sure you get the illegal contact, which impedes an opponent's normal basketball move, while keeping those 2 post players in the game by using your voice as a crew to prevent escalation. Thank you for taking time out with Premier Sports Officials Association. Until next week's training tape over perimeter play consistency, officials, remember, you're only as good as your last call.